Boy.
Yeah, we breaking silence on the Lord, oh. So why you think we out here on the Lord for? Yeah, I'm coming through, Ja, ja, ja. Coming through. Yeah, I wear the truth like a logo. So why you think I'm out here on my dolo? Yeah, I'm coming through. Ja, ja, ja. Coming through.
Yo, once again, it's the We Break Silence Show. E.charlez, Rosie, Mike, Laurie, Vanya.
Good.
Real quick before I introduce the guests, we are more than halfway through our season, and this is the second time.
Crazy.
This is the second show that we're all together. You know that, right?
No.
What do you mean?
Oh yeah, because
Rosie missed a whole bunch of show, and Mike missed last week.
Oh.
This is the second time.
Really? Out of the
acting like a whole
season?
bunch. Just say two.
Real talk.
That's it. Just two.
I miss y'all, man. I miss y'all.
Talking about.
Anyways,
Wow.
we got two special guests.
Yes.
Yes,
Right now,
we
Mike,
do.
did I say that right? Guests.
Yes. You got it.
Rogen Miller and Sean Terrell. What's up, fellas?
What up?
Thanks for coming, fellas. Real quick, Sean, I'm gonna start with you, bro.
Yes, sir.
Congrats on the wedding.
Thank you very much.
I appreciate that, bro.
Yeah.
I love
very
that.
much.
You got married?
Yes, I did. Yes, I did.
Congratulations, bro.
That's awesome.
Yes, I did.
Marriage is a beautiful thing.
June 14th. Shout out to my wife. Shout out to my daughter. I love you guys.
Aw,
That's
I
awesome.
know you're gonna hear this. So let me just say that.
You kept it low key though.
Yeah. You said what?
I said you kept it low key.
Yeah,
I
did.
like that. I
did.
didn't. You know,
just
I'm
feel
not mad
like-
at you.
I feel like that was important for us.
He
You know,
wasn't trying to lose certain fans. You know how it would be when the fans fight, they be like, I can't even rock with that song no more.
I was surprised when I seen that post. I thought I was dreaming. I was like, Sean got married? What? I was like,
Yeah.
you know when you act like you got glasses, you're like, you're not even wearing glasses.
See that?
it was intimate. It was
Yeah.
intimate.
That's dope.
That's how you
That's
gotta
the
do
word.
it, though.
Yeah.
Was it the big or
That's
small
the point
wedding?
of a marriage.
It was a small. Exactly.
It's
It
like
was
a
small.
wedding.
It was small.
It's like
Small wedding.
Yeah,
Nice.
but that's how we wanted it. So
Okay,
I'm
that's
cool
dope.
with
I
it.
respect that. I respect that, bro.
Same thing, man. I
Yeah.
know it is.
I like that. I like that.
Yep.
Nice. So I'm gonna jump into it. I have to say, Sean Plummer, church.
Yes, ma'am.
Church. So a couple years back, it was like, I want to say at least 3 or 4 years ago, I randomly, maybe it wasn't randomly, maybe it was on social media, I just caught wind of it, watched a church episode. And let me tell you.
Said church, and I was like, wait, what are you talking about?
Oh, yes, a church episode.
Yeah.
When I tell you, yes, the black preacher, the whole thing. I watched one episode. I showed my nieces. I showed my brother. Like, literally, my whole family was on
Yeah.
church. So, there's like so many topics I feel like we can talk about with you because you're just involved in so many things. But as far as church, how did the idea come about to start that? Because it was hilarious.
Yeah, thank you. That was
And
very
explain it
humbling.
too, because Rosie and Mike don't know what's about.
Oh, yes,
so.
yes.
Oh, yeah.
I was like, church? What is this, a reality show?
My bad.
This dude is lost.
No. Well, basically, how it started was I grew up in church.
Right.
At every aspect of it. One side of my family was Kojic International. The other side was Kojic. So it was two different denominations in the same city.
I've never heard of that denomination.
Yeah. Well, Kojic.
Yeah.
COGIC, Church of God in Christ.
Church of God in Christ.
Church of God in
Gotcha,
Christ. I'm
gotcha.
sorry. Kojic.
Gotcha.
Show.
Okay.
I was like, that's
like, I didn't hear
different.
that.
That's different.
What y'all be?
What y'all teach?
Something else. So growing up on both sides, you meet people. You know, you're as a baby, you sleep on the back pew. Like you don't have no choice. You there.
Right.
So for me, it was just like, yo, I'm here so much, and I see so many crazy things. I'm not about to keep this to myself. So
Yeah.
I just decided to make, this little haphazard show that where I just poke fun at some stuff that I've seen.
Right.
Before you know it, I remember walking home from the movies one day with my friend, and I'm like, well, why is my Facebook like lighting up? I feel like it's like
Oh my God.
the same one person playing a prank on me. And like out of nowhere, I had like, I don't know, over like 700,000 views in a day or something like that. But it was to the entire
Crazy.
channel. I had like 50 videos, so it just really started to pick up.
Right.
And I just kept going with it. I haven't touched it in a while, and that's
Yeah.
because of school and because of the music and stuff. But it was fun.
Yes.
It was fun,
was
and I plan to get back to
hilarious.
it. I'm definitely not done with it. I'm definitely not.
Nice.
And you know what I liked? What you did with it? You actually helped Josh on that song, "Perfect People." You made a video of that.
Yeah.
That was
I do
dope.
remember
I love that.
That was made
Yeah.
with
Yeah.
He's being modest though. 'Cause that song got over 1 million views collectively
Wow.
now.
Yeah.
That's
yeah.
crazy.
Yeah, it
Good
popped
for
up.
you.
It popped off.
It popped
awesome.
up a little bit, yeah. And but what that did for me was make me realize that if you got a vision, man, just do it.
Right.
Do it. What are we waiting for?
Exactly.
Yes.
We preach that all the time on this show.
Absolutely.
Real
it.
talk.
How much time goes into like making an episode? I could imagine it's incredibly time consuming.
It can be, but that's why I kept them to like 2 or 3 minutes, because then it's not really that much.
Right.
I'd say about 3 or 4 hours
Gotcha.
to record, because I didn't write a script. I was just like in the studio cracking up, going line for line.
Really?
Yeah,
That's crazy.
I didn't write a script for that because that would have took way too much time.
Yeah, that's
Way
true. That's
too
true.
much time, and there was no other people to do it with, so I did all the voices.
Right.
So I was just there making it.
That's so insane.
Good experience though. I love
Yes.
it.
It was hilarious. When I tell you I put my whole family, I'm not even
I get that a
kidding.
lot, and that's humbling because I didn't think nobody was gonna
Oh my
watch
god!
that.
Wow. So you just like did it just to do it?
I literally at the beginning just did it just to do it. Now
Yeah.
after it started picking up, I'm like, oh okay, so
Right.
you know I gotta actually start manning up about it.
Yeah.
Gotta put stuff out weekly now.
Exactly.
But yeah, it was fun.
It was dope, man. It was dope.
So my question for you is, I know you say your family grew up in the church and whatnot.
Yep.
But have you always followed that path of godliness?
Absolutely not. And
Keep it 100.
I say that because I think somebody needs to hear that. Just because you're there doesn't mean that you're necessarily saved or a Christian.
Exactly. Yeah.
And so being there doesn't mean that I was automatically saved. Something had to happen in me, and it eventually did. But up until that point, no, I wasn't. Just because my parents were doesn't mean I was.
Right.
What made you change?
I would say there was a moment where I had that within myself be like, God, are you real? Like, you know, just speak to me on a personal level. Are you? Because there was things going on in my life where I needed to know. And I was searching in so many different places, messing with different people, doing and just things I shouldn't have been doing.
Right.
And after stuff like that breaks down on you and you realize you don't know what you're doing, you wind up finding yourself at the altar. And then that's where I met him. But I had to do that on my own. That didn't have nothing to do with my parents or... As a matter of fact, it wasn't at either of their church. It wasn't like anywhere near home where all of this happened, where I feel like God called me to salvation. It was away from home, and I feel like that was for a reason. Like, because it's not about them.
Right.
It's not about them.
Absolutely.
I like that. Let's switch things up, man. Once again, Sean Terrell's here, Rogen Miller's here. It's the We Break Sound Show.
Yes.
Sean!
Yes, sir.
Yo.
I know. Seriously.
I love,
You put the time out?
yo, I'm excited. No, on some real, the most requested songs on New Villa Radio is Josh, Sean Terrell, Near Hudson, and Jay DeLeese. People have been bugging me for Jay DeLeese.
Well, you know I'm a big fan of that.
Oh yeah. So that's why I'm excited. I'm excited. Yo,
To hear that.
real quick, I asked Josh this question, right? I'm gonna ask you this question.
Yes, sir.
You and Josh, right? You guys make music that's Christian, but it's like on a different lane.
Right.
I want you to explain that lane that you and Josh created. I know you created it, and Josh created his lane
We got
too.
two
but-
ways of doing it.
Yeah. But it's different. It's not that regular
Yeah.
Christian type music.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Right, exactly.
Explain that.
I think that we have that already, and to me, I just didn't feel like that's where I should go with it. I feel like we need some life musics, and life isn't always. I'm gonna make so many people mad. Life isn't always hallelujah. You know, it is.
That's real talk.
No, that's real.
But at the same time, it's kind of not. Like, when you do step out of church, you have to live a life, but it can still be a life submitted to God.
Absolutely.
But it's just that you're walking through it, and those baby steps are so underspoken in Christian
Yes.
music.
Yes.
It's like we want to jump to and we win, and yes we do, yes we do. But there's a process that God takes us through, and it's not always fun. Sometimes it's gritty, sometimes it's ugly. And where's that expression?
Right.
And I hear that in Josh's music.
Yes.
That's why I appreciate him so much. Everything
Yes.
he do, I'm liking that.
Yes. No,
Josh through a concert, I'm
y'all two are the
showing
same.
up.
Y'all two are the same, man. Like,
another level.
You know what I'm saying? Like, everybody does the praise your hand, hold your
And
hands.
it's good.
But
It's good for what it is. Yeah.
when Sean and Josh talk about pain, like
Right.
Josh be talking about she's struggling with some girls. Sean be talking about some personal stuff too. That stuff
Yeah.
be real.
Yeah, you
and
can
people
relate.
don't express that. But I love how Sean, Terrell, and Josh expresses that. That's dope. I love that. I love that. Link.
And you guys collaborated on a song, right?
We did. We collaborated on a lot of
Plenty of
stuff.
times. Plenty of
That,
times.
How did you
Josh,
guys, like,
we need
link
to put
up?
out Josh.
How did you guys link up initially? Like, where'd you guys meet? And
Was it Wisdom and Wordplay? It might have been before that. There was a show that we did in Bridgeport. Not we. Somebody else organized it, and I was the host of it, and Josh did a feature on it. I believe that's the first time I saw him. He had a group at that time, and they came up and they did a feature spot and like just blew the roof off. Like,
I wonder who's in that group.
That's when y'all was together.
that's right. But it was somebody else too, right?
Young boys. It was 3.
Young boys.
Yeah. Remember I told you like when I thought I could rap, but listen.
But you couldn't tell that night.
No, but here.
You thought y'all was-
Josh wrote everything for me, bro. I take no credit. I cannot write for nothing. That's why I'm doing radio.
This is a re-break silence exclusive.
Right.
Josh wrote everything.
You heard
He
it
wrote
here.
everything. I don't care.
You ain't supposed to give up the ghost right there.
Oh, I don't.
You supposed to just be
I'm so bad at rapping. I'll give Josh that credit, bro. Josh deserves all the credit.
No, you're bad at writing. You still rapped.
Oh,
That's true.
yes.
That's
Get it
true.
right. Get it
That's a good
right.
point.
That's true.
That's a good
Get it
point.
right.
I was a hype man. Towards the end, though, I was more of the hype man.
Yeah,
Towards the end though,
Yeah,
but you
towards
still
the
did
end.
your thing though.
I
Young
tried.
boys had some hit though.
they did.
Tried.
You don't
We
play none
tried.
of those records up here?
That whole
No,
night
it
was
does
back
not.
to
Some was
back
dead.
to
Some of
back.
those records is
Yeah, some of them were dope.
They got you hype, and then Josh had the I remember he had the mic cord around his neck, going sick. Wow, he had no mercy.
Yeah.
He had no mercy.
That was back in the day, man. That was back in the day.
Yeah, that was first. That was the first time we met, and since then, I want to say it's just been slowly but surely. We had song after song after song.
Correct. Yeah, he hit you up for It's Too Late. Banger.
I love that.
Banger. You know?
I didn't think he was gonna like what I did, but then he.
What?
I didn't think so.
Yo, no, I was in the
I didn't know.
studio.
That record was dope.
No, listen, I was in the
Video
studio
killed it.
and he was like, yo, I sent Sean the record. I'm like, all right. When I got the vocals back from you from the email, I was like, the way I'm about to mix this. Oh man, it's about to be crazy the way I'm about to mix this shit.
over.
It was over. It was over.
Shout out to Josh. Man.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. Yeah. Ro,
Yeah, man.
my brother from another mother. What's good, man? Welcome to the show, bro.
Yeah, man.
Yes,
A little quiet
he's
today, but
rocking
we're gonna wake
the-
you up. No, you're not quiet.
Rocking the
You're not
trap
quiet.
major.
He a Redskin fan. That's he upset about his loss.
I don't mess with them skins, man.
Bro, talk about TMP, man. Let the people know about
Yes.
TMP, Track Major Productions.
Track majors, man. Track majors really started when I was in college, man. I knew I wanted to make music for a long time, but I just needed to figure out what lane I was gonna do it in. Whether I was gonna be like a part of a label, whether I was gonna do like my own thing just as a hobby. And literally, I can remember I was chilling with another producer, Trackstar. Shout out Milo.
Milo. What's up, bro?
We went to college together, and he was like literally the room next door.
Oh wow.
I remember waking up like 11 o'clock one time when I was just like, yo.
This was back in the days when you were RA.
Yeah, back in the days when I was already in college, and I was like, yo, we need to start a group, bro. We got too much music just chilling in a hard drive, not doing nothing with it. So initially, Track Majors was me and him, and then he was like, bro, I'm gonna do my own thing, because he wanted to do like a lot of reggae. So I was like, cool. So I teamed up with another brother, a friend of my wife's, I should say, Ramon, and we started. Ramon kind of helped me come up with the name Track Majors, because Ramon, he was in school to be a teacher. I was in school to be an accountant, and we was like, yo, why are we doing these things that have nothing to do with music? And I was like, yo, I wish we was majoring in track and music.
Wow.
And he's like, yeah.
That's so funny.
So I was like, yo, we should be Track Majors. And that's how Track Majors started, man. And ever since, I've just been pushing, man.
I like that. Is your producer name still Track Scholar?
Nah.
You just said
I was trying to come up with an alias, man, because back then every producer
Everyone had an alias.
Had an
Yeah,
alias,
yeah,
but
yeah,
I was
yeah.
just like, nah, man, it's just
Let it be.
it's just track majors.
Word.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now, let's fast forward. Some years later, you teamed up with Sean Terrell.
Yeah.
You dropped the Rowan Beats project. Still
the R&B's.
R&B's.
Yeah.
Yes. That was we're gonna get into that later.
Yeah.
But you guys, yo, I love that joint. Me and Josh, we still talk about that.
Thought about that.
You guys, I don't know if you guys signed with Kingdom Time or what happened with that situation? Are you guys still with Kingdom Time? What's going on with that?
So basically what happened was when me and Sean got hooked up, I said, yo, let's work out a management artist deal. And so I was managing Sean for a couple of months, and we were putting out music, and we got the attention of Marcus, who runs Kingdom Time.
Shout out to Minister Marcus too, man.
And he was like, man, y'all should come over to Kingdom Time. We was like, fresh, just starting to really get ourselves together, get our music out. He was like, come through, we gonna do this. He hyped us up, and we was like, yeah, we gonna, let's get it.
Right.
And we was, we were doing some stuff. We put out some music. Long story short, though, I think we were moving at different pace, and different visions for what we wanted to, to do with the music. And so ultimately, after about a year.
It was actually 2.
After 2
2014
years.
to
It's a
16.
good amount of time.
Yeah, we were just like,
Yeah, it's 2 years.
we got different visions, and so we gonna rock with our vision, and I still
No bad blood.
No bad blood.
All love.
Nah, I still do
Okay.
stuff for Marcus, and
Yes,
I
sir.
still was producing for some of his artists after the fact.
Okay, nice.
So
Yeah, and I still keep in touch with some of the artists that I met there, but it was just great to have that opportunity. To be because I was at Kingdom Choice 2014,
Right.
Kingdom
Yes.
Choice Awards,
Yes.
and stuff like that, and hooked up with different producers. It was a great opportunity. I think for me, it just comes down to, as an artist, you gotta decide: do I really want to be signed?
that's the question.
Yeah,
That's the
that's
question.
big. That's
For
big.
me,
That's the question right
that
there.
was the whole goal for a long time.
Yeah.
I gotta get signed. I gotta get signed. And then after getting signed, you realize what goes into being signed,
It's a lot, bro.
and you gotta weigh that decision heavily.
Yes,
and
you do.
I think what I did was I looked at the opportunity and said, "This is what you wanted. Take it." And I'm not sure if I really weighed what it costs to be signed. Maybe you got to give up some creative insight. Maybe you got to do some things that you may not have thought you wanted to do.
Right.
Correct.
It's a decision you have to weigh heavily.
I think too, just for all the upcoming artists out there who have the dream to sign to a label, whether it's a independent label or a major label. I think what you have to think about before you go into that deal is some labels have a inclusive perspective, and by that I mean it's a partnership. Right? They're gonna support your vision. In return, you represent them. And then you have some situations where we like your product, but we're gonna tell you how we're gonna distribute your product and market your product, etc. And so it's not that labels are necessarily a bad thing, but you just want to find a partnership situation. It's harder to find nowadays, but if you could find that type of situation, you will be better off. But now, with the way music is going, this digital atmosphere of music, I mean, being independent ain't the worst.
No,
You know what I mean?
no, because
Totally.
you have complete control.
Complete control, yeah.
You can turn on and turn off whenever you want.
Don't take
Correct.
that.
Would
back.
you say though that it's much more work when you go obviously independent, or
I would
Yes,
think so.
I think it's a lot more work, and that's why. And so here's the other caveat to my statement: you got to be passionate about it. Anytime I work, so when early in Track Major Productions, when I started it, I was kind of shopping beats, and I was just kind of anybody and anyone that wanted to work with me or work with one of my productions, I was like, let's do it. What you find over time is you have hobby artists, and then you have what I call more professional mindset artists.
Right.
And so now I'm in a place where I'm working with more professional guys who are serious about their craft, that practice their craft, that study the craft. And then I kind of weed out those who are doing it as a hobby and more developmental, and I kind of put them in two different boxes. And so I know what I'm doing. So But if you, to your point, if you passionate about it, like it's not work, man. You're gonna,
of course.
like if you ask Josh if it's work really to do what he does, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
Because he's so passionate about the music, it's not even, you know.
Correct. It's not.
Right.
Yeah.
It's never work when you're doing what you like
yeah.
or what you
True.
love, rather.
Correct.
It's true.
So you guys were talking about vision. So how would you describe your vision? Or if it's, separate between the both of you, but like what is that vision that you guys have for your music? And
I think we're on the same wavelength, definitely, because we're thinking of how out of the box can we go. I think that's the vision.
Right.
Is like, let's just try to be out of the box. I mean, why do we have to stop the hook here? Like, why does it have to be 16 bars? Just try to push it as much as you can. And I think that alone is the only law you want to put on it. Because if you put too many, like, oh, the vision is this and the vision is that, you might get stuck there. And we don't want that to happen either. So
I think every time we put out a record, or every time we're working on a record, what me and Sean talk about all the time is like, especially earlier on, like what kind of we tend to compare ourselves to like other artists. So like, yo, this sound like I'm on a music type record, or yo, this sound like such and such and such. And that's probably my fault, because I'm always like thinking about the industry and everything I do. But I think what ended up happening over time is like, yo, there is no box that Sean is really in, and so the music kind of dictates our vision.
Right.
So when I came up with R&B's, like Sean had written like 4 or 5 R&B records, right? Mind you, Sean is categorized as a Christian artist. Those songs are not necessarily Christian songs.
Right.
Not at all.
But because we were in that space creatively, I was like, yo, let's do a whole project of R&B records.
Yeah.
So that's kind of how we are. That's kind of how our chemistry is. And I think the vision is really just to let the music dictate where we go. And I'm not too worried about what labels would say as like you don't have a niche. I think that is our niche. That you could see us over here one day, and tomorrow we might be over here. So.
Exactly.
And to address the people that because you will get this, the people that say that well, that's not Christian, or that's not like I really feel like
Josh faced that a whole lot.
I bet
A whole lot. He knows.
I bet.
Josh, when you listen to this, brother. Go ahead.
I feel like this is the time and space where music like that can do a lot more. And for somebody who may not ever step in the doors of a church, they just may have needed a moment to think about what you're talking about in the song. So I think let's not knock that down and say that that's not important, because it is. Like, the song could not be about necessarily a scripture verse or this or that, but it is about life. And as long as it's doing its job there, we can't say that it's not as effective, because God is still speaking through us. He's still living in us. We're just going through what we're going.
100.
Do you still face that backlash even like today?
I still face it, but I think part of it keeps you going, because I look at people that's doing way more important things that face way more backlash, and I'm like, so what am I crying about? Making my little 3-4 tracks. So if that's the case, I feel like just keep pushing.
Yeah, that's a huge thing, man. That's a huge thing going on right now. What's that debate? The Christian artist versus the artist that's Christian.
Vonna, you asked a lot of
I always ask that question.
It's huge.
Ask Ro.
It's a huge debate,
How
man.
do you feel about
it's
that?
really
It's
big.
a huge. I think this. I've been consistent, because I've been on a ton of blogs talking about this and other shows.
And don't debate with Ro. If you know Ro, just give up, bro. This guy's not gonna Sean, you know what I'm talking about.
It's at 3 a.m.
My thing is like, there's an avenue for both. I don't understand why we even got to this space where we must be. Like when Lecrae came out and said, don't put me in that box.
That destroyed the internet.
I knew right off the bat where he was talking about and where he was going with it. I didn't even think it was gonna be this huge thing. I'm like, I felt like that goes without saying. So there's a lane. There's some people that want to be more in that edification lane where there's God, Jesus, and that's great. There's someone that needs that.
Right.
And then there's the other end of people that want to share their more of a testimonial type of record where they're talking about life and experiences, and some of it may not be clean.
Right.
That's also a lane for that too. And when I say clean, I'm not talking about like cussing and all that. I'm just talking about the experiences.
Yeah,
that they bring.
absolutely.
Exactly.
So there's also a lane for that. So, and like Lecrae, there might, and even like Sean, you might see him on this side one day, and then the next record he might be on this side. So to me, it's like,
and people don't. Some Christians don't like that. I don't get it.
I have no idea.
I don't get it. They say it's two-faced. I'm like, how? You're a Christian, but yeah, you go through stuff too, man. They act like they don't.
I've experienced that firsthand because my uncle is Youthful Praise leader JJ Hairston.
What? That's your
my
uncle?
Yeah, that's my uncle. He married my mother's sister. So there was a time where I wanted to be signed to his label. So I was approaching about that, but there are two different sounds. And even in the gospel industry, that plays a factor. Like if they feel like if they feel like you're for a different audience, because that's that conversation we were just talking about. If you're not hallelujah, 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 then that puts you kind of over here. And you may not have the opportunities that's afforded to the entire scope of gospel music. So it is hard. It is very, very hard to be building this thing from the ground up. But that's why you respect people like Joshua. That's why you respect people like that who's like, I don't care.
Right. Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. Josh and Sean created that lane, I feel like.
So, question for both of y'all. That song Wavy. That's my jam.
We were just jamming to that earlier. Seriously.
My fiance, she's a big fan. I put her onto that song. She's like, oh wow, who's singing this? I like this guy.
I'm telling you, people always request Sean Terrell. Always.
Humbled.
I was playing it today before I went to class. I was just like, okay, let me listen to my song real quick. Get myself ready.
Freedom Therapy, the album is out though.
Yes.
So we're gonna get into that.
Go tell your wife, go get that.
We'll talk about Freedom Therapy. But go ahead, ask your question, bro.
Yeah, no. What exactly were you going through? What exactly were you thinking when you heard this song, and did you know that it was for Sean?
Well, Wavy sounded like it needed to be unorthodox. In other words, it didn't sound like it should be a regular record. And what Sean is so dope at doing is using those secular innuendos and throwing them on the record just to catch your ear right quick.
Right.
And so that song, like that record kind of told us where to go. Because when you heard it, it was like, yo, we gotta switch it up. And so when I heard, matter of fact, it wasn't even the hook that made me like, yo, we gotta do it. It was when he did the one, I think it was part of the verse. When you was like, you said something about sipping on something. I was like, yo,
walking on the straight line.
Yeah, just that right there. If you just heard that snippet, you'd be like, Sean is doing what? Then you gotta listen to the whole record to figure out where he going. Like,
wait, he talking about what?
So it was like, it was like one of those type of things where it was like, man, we gotta go with this lane for the record.
Yeah. I think that is one of those things where, like you said, you hear the music, and then immediately you just start building off of that. Because it's different ways to write a song, but that's the way I felt for that song. I'm like, yo, this music sounds like you should be grooving.
Correct. Oh yeah, and you feel the vibe when you hear that.
You just feel like the whole song, I'm just vibing. I'm not.
Yeah, you vibing, bro.
Because if you know me, that's not always. Sometimes I'm hyped.
That's not you.
Yeah. So I feel like I should be vibing on that one. But I think the main purpose of the song is to be like, look, everybody has a hype song for them. I'm gonna create my own anthem based off of what I believe. And so I believe that you may see me tripping too. Like you may see me hype too, just like you see them hype, but it's for a different reason.
Yeah. Correct.
And so I want you to walk that line of thinking, is he talking about being drunk right now, or is he talking like because at the end I'm gonna bring you back to I get my high off death to self.
It makes you really tune in, really listen to what he's talking about.
And just a note to like upcoming artists, how crazy that record is. That song is not on the album. we dropped that just to drop that, and end up being like the biggest single we ever did. So
how many views?
it just means you gotta like, what we at now, like 25?
It's like 35 or something.
Oh, okay,
35
it was
what?
like 25 last month.
Okay.
35,000.
Yeah, man.
35,000.
We're talking about plays though.
Right.
But I did. But that's not with like, because some people do a lot of SEO, like
that's
some people
none
do a
of
lot of
that.
marketing.
That's just throwing it up.
That's just
Throwing
putting it
it
out
out.
there.
They caught fire, yo.
If we actually promoted that record,
Right.
we'd probably be at like
The
over
hundreds.
100,000.
Yeah,
No,
That's
That's
dope.
what's
I
up.
remember when I started the station, Fina yelled at me. It was like, "You don't have Wavy by Sean?" And I had,
That's so true.
I had to email Sean like, "Yo, can you send me Wavy?"
Like, make
Sean
sure
sent me a bunch. You remember that?
Yeah.
He sent me a bunch of records. I was like, can you
Yeah,
send me Wavy, bro? Girls are getting on me.
I cannot stand when that happens.
That's so funny. I was like,
about
you
to be
need to
like-
get that on right now.
75 tracks. No. Where's Wavy?
They really be low key asking for one particular track. They do that with beats all the time too. I send them
Really?
like a whole bunch of beats, but there's one beat they were
Yeah,
waiting for.
yeah,
Like,
yeah,
bro,
yeah.
you could have just said that.
No, I
Just
first
like-
heard that song and I was just like, yo, Esther's, who sing that?
Yeah,
I heard that.
No, that's
played
just
again?
hard.
Yeah.
That's
That
just hard.
song is
Dope. Dope.
Let's switch things up. Sean, let's talk about freedom therapy.
Yeah, sure.
I love
Yes,
you.
sir.
You dropped it spring, right? Around there?
Last. Yeah.
Last spring.
Mm-hmm.
16?
That was last spring. Yeah.
Wow.
That was last.
No,
No.
that's this
I'm bugging.
this year.
I was
You're
gonna
right.
say.
No, that was August.
Nah.
Wait, that was at August
Yo,
at the
I'm lost, bro.
convocation.
That was at the top of the year almost.
Nah. It was like springtime, bro.
Bruh.
I don't think it was wintertime, bro.
How are we messing up the
Well,
release
listen,
date right
listen.
now? Oh
Yeah,
my
this is not a good
No,
look. We should edit this out.
No,
Yeah.
but listen, when I
is not a
start
good
pushing
look right
that,
now.
when I start pushing the album like to outlets,
You know you make too
that's
much
when I
music
call
when
it
you
release,
don't.
But
Right.
but he probably thinking like when we actually put on iTunes,
I probably am.
Spotify.
Gotcha.
Yeah. I
I
probably
was
am.
already speaking to media outlets like
Yeah.
way early before that.
That's
Right.
that's what I'm thinking of. Because I remember performing it and saying go get it in August 2016. But official releasing, you're probably right. It was this year. I just try to stay creative, and I'm gonna let him do the talking. I'm gonna let you do all that talking.
But hold on. One question for you before roll. I like the approach you took with this album because to me, this album sounds like you went more for like, I'm gonna fight for my right. I'm gonna go with a stance. I'm gonna go to war type vibe.
Yeah.
It wasn't those. It wasn't like Wavy.
Yeah.
It was definitely like it's me and the army.
Right.
Like we going to war.
Sure, holy rollers on
And,
there.
yes.
Yes.
And you dropped that at the right time, especially with everything that's going on with the world right now. You know, explain. You know, why did you decide to take that approach with this album?
Yeah, because that's exactly because of the times.
Okay.
I think I was deeply who wasn't deeply affected
Yeah.
by everything going on.
Yeah.
And how can it not come out in the music?
Correct.
So I just felt like the bulk of this, if not all of it, needs to have that type of vibe because music, if we don't realize it, is very powerful. Like
yes.
Very powerful, bro.
there's people from a very long time ago that figured out if you hit a note at a certain tone or pitch, you can turn someone's ear and make them listen to you.
Right.
And even as far back as the Bible, when Nebuchadnezzar said, when you hear this music, I want everybody to bow, because it was a symbol of how powerful the music was.
Correct.
And the music was bringing you to do something, which was to
Right.
bow in that case. So why not use music now to bring us all together to make a sound and a stance that we can like really get behind. So that's what I was trying to do with most of the songs.
Yeah,
It's
most of the
like-
songs. I
what I'm
felt like
trying to
pulling
do.
out the gun and start shooting. Like this dude ready me going to war.
You know what? The culture is funny because the atmosphere of what was going on in the media really drove those songs.
Right.
And
Right.
sometimes, music is like one of the best
And
response.
two, I'm not sure if I don't want to say that because somebody somewhere had a response, but I'm not sure if I remember what was the hardline response musically from like the body. I remember
point.
I remember going to church and prayer, of course, needs to be the bottom line. So
correct,
that's what we
correct,
were
absolutely.
doing. But musically, I was just like, yo, what are we doing? What are we saying back? Like, what are we doing musically? So I felt like this album was a big step in that direction. Like, it's just something that people could get behind.
I like that, bro. Like I said, I really like the vibe. Perfect, especially what's going on today with the United States, with Kaepernick, everything. Our brothers and sisters falling down every day.
Correct,
Perfect time to
correct,
drop the album.
correct.
Really like that. Appreciate it.
Definitely.
So I'm curious, guys. Do you guys have any favorite, or any Christian artists that inspired you guys?
I definitely do. You got anything? I'm gonna wait for you. 'Cause
Right
my
now,
list is
right
long.
now, I'm going through this season where vocally, production-wise, even as a whole project, Molly music, bro.
Bruh, don't take mine.
And here's why, bro. Like, when you listen to this dude, talk about something that's outside of the box.
Yeah.
His level of creativity is ridiculous. And so, like, even right now, I draw a lot of inspiration from his new album because, like, I wish you could hear what I'm producing right now because he went back to, like, this simplistic but intricate, like, production. So it's like, it's not a lot going on, but everything was done on purpose. And so, like, if you hear a chord and you hear him harmonizing on that chord, it almost like he had a lot of say into it. Like,
And Ro loves chords. Nobody loves chords more than Ro.
You already know. So I just like his approach, man. His production. He produces too, so I know he had a lot of say into it. So that's like kind of been like lately. I mean, I've been inspired by everybody over the years.
Right.
I mean, my GOAT is Terrell.
Pharrell's a beast.
So
One of my favorite producers.
that's overall who why one of the main reasons why I produce the way I produce. And if you listen to any of my records, there's always musicality. There's always chords, always bass.
Right.
Because that's gonna be always for me. And that came from real talk. I was watching this thing with Pharrell in the studio, and he literally said this. This is when I was really learning how to play keys. He really said, there's something about minor 7 chords that transform a record. Like,
Bro, you got a lot of minor sevens, bro. You got a lot of minor
I know
sevens.
it's a road track.
Right.
What?
When you hear that?
When you hear the minor seven?
So,
Oh, yeah.
ever since, if you listen to my music, it's in there somewhere.
Oh, yeah. This
It
guy.
changes the feel of the record. Like,
Yeah.
even when I'm doing hard records, I did a record with extras back in the bridge days. And
Yeah, I'm trying to be hood. This dude trying to add a little R. Kelly minor 7 type.
I threw that on there and changed the whole joint. That was
That's
I'm
hilarious.
telling you, bro.
I think it was that Yes Sir joint.
Yes.
And you added that chord.
But I put that chord in there, I was like,
It was hard.
now it's complete. now we where we need to
Bro,
be.
throwing minor sevens.
But yeah, man. I mean,
Everything.
just to name one person, I would say Molly, but I've been inspired by everybody, man.
Yeah.
Everybody.
That's pretty much me too. It's everybody, but obviously Mally. I'm trying to think because if I say everybody, I'm gonna have to explain it. I listen to I draw inspiration from everything.
Same here.
Most recently, I've been listening to a lot of J.C. White, Bishop J.C. White, which is my grandfather. But at the same time,
Wait.
you related to Rogen?
That's right.
Yeah.
I keep forgetting that, bro.
Wow.
He got a lot of
in
famous
the
people.
church.
Yeah.
in his family.
Yeah, Sean
But-
Terrell's my
That's
little brother.
crazy.
You know?
He my
Forgot
cousin.
Bishop J.C. White.
Probably though. Probably
Just
somehow,
so y'all
some
know,
way.
Bishop J.C. White is a legend. That's a legend.
Right.
Music brings me to tears,
Wow.
even if I wasn't related. But the point is, I've been listening to a lot of him, and honestly, I'm gonna keep it real. This is my surprise pick, and nobody yell at me. Coldplay. I'm sorry. Let me explain
I
that.
love Coldplay.
We are on the same page over here.
People's then.
Coldplay
We
is
people's then. Good.
That
good.
is totally
okay.
fair.
Yeah. Okay.
Trust me, that's legit.
He said nobody yell at me.
Let me explain.
Seriously.
Every time I say that, I gotta go. Let me explain. Hold up. 'Cause that's crazy.
No, I like that. That's cool.
Yeah, man.
So I have a question with, is it Rise Apparel still? Is that what it's called still? Right?
Yes.
Sorry, I
RYS.
said Rise, but RYS. What does it stand for? Raise your standard.
Raise your standard, man.
Right. So what's going on with that? Is that still in effect?
Yeah, so RYS, man, we back. We in full effect. RYSapparelstore.com. Go
Nice.
up there. What you
Oh,
see
y'all got
Sean
the shirt.
wearing.
Y'all got the shirts on right now, too.
Hey.
Show the camera, Sean. Okay.
He rocking.
Nice.
My boy Brian, that's actually my partner right there for Rise Apparel.
Yes.
My boy
Oh,
Brian.
nice.
Yes, sir. I glow.
He got the
Brian got
Today's Game
bars,
tee
too.
on.
We're gonna interview
let-
him soon.
don't let
Don't
him
worry about
fool
it.
you.
People will know who he is.
And my shirt as well. The Jesus Over You.
Nice.
It's all there. RYSapparelstore.com, man. Go up there, support.
That's dope.
I know I talked about Track Major Productions, and now I'm talking about Rise Apparel. just real quick, a lot of people ask me like why I dabble into so many different things, and I used to ask myself like, I'm never gonna be as good as a producer if I keep jumping all over the place. And this is what somebody said to me. I was at a friend's house, and we were talking about this game called Mafia. I don't know if you ever played it, but it's like
I haven't played it, but I've heard
it's like
of
a role play game called Mafia. And I remember saying to somebody like, yo, they should do this game with celebrities, and it should be on like this channel. And I was like describing the show exactly how it would go. And I remember her name was Rachel. She looked at me and she's like, yo, Ro, you're like mad creative. Like I feel like your calling is like not to be like a producer or a musician. Like you just supposed to create. And ever since, I never. Anytime I had a thought to create something that was outside of music, I never like, stop myself. Like, if I got an idea to design, I'm gonna design. If I got an idea to like go start something random, I'm gonna do it as long as it's impressed on my heart to do it. So I got Size Apparel, Track Major Productions. I got Pioneer Branding, which you guys probably don't know about, but I do branding consulting.
Oh, okay.
Where I design websites and I do logo designs and graphic arts, and all the graphic that you see for Sean I've done. And so that ended up developing into its own company.
Wow.
So yeah, man, I do a lot.
That's awesome.
I do a lot.
See, that's a good thing right there, because a lot of people just settle. They settle for what they're doing. Like, okay, this will make it. This is where I'm gonna stay.
Yeah.
But see, when you broaden your horizon, you got the sky's the limit. You could do anything. And then you don't got to stick with one thing. You could just have multiple small businesses and have it all flourish.
And it's a tough position to be in, because I have heard people who I looked up to say, if you want to be the best, because I also, for those of y'all don't know, like I'm a musician too. Like I play bass, I play keys, and I play bass a lot. Like I travel to play bass, and people say like you're never gonna be like the best musician if you don't put in the hours and be on the bass like every day. And that is true. But I just don't feel like my personal calling is to necessarily reject other gifts just to pursue one. I feel like God is like, yo, whatever your desires, go after it. And so yeah, man, I jump in everything.
Be a Swiss Army knife, bro.
Yeah.
I like that Swiss Army knife.
Let's switch things up. I'm gonna go real left. Y'all big NBA fans. Woo!
Don't do it.
Sean,
don't do it. My boy got both jerseys retired. Don't do it.
Okay.
Kobe fan.
Kobe fan. All right, you answered my first question.
I respect that man, but I'm not a huge Kobe fan.
Yeah. Second question: how you feel about Kyrie wanting to leave Cleveland, bro? When you got the best player in the game next to you.
Oh my God.
I sound like Stephen A. Smith.
Here we
That's
go.
exactly
again.
the reason, though.
Here we go.
That's true. Yeah. I mean, you gotta respect what he's putting on himself, because I mean, he gotta deliver now. You asked for this, you gotta deliver, and you gotta respect somebody who says, nah, I want that. Because there's been a lot of NBA players who've been like, nah, I'm cool. Like, if LeBron's on my team, I'm cool. I'm gonna just ride this out, get my rings, and retire.
Correct.
I'm gonna be that Scotty. But I respect that he's like, nah, I want my own name.
I think it's funny how KD and Kyrie did the opposite things.
The opposite. I'll give you that.
This dude did opposite things. Yo.
Yeah.
It's mad funny.
I'll give you that.
Yeah.
Somebody phone Matt loud.
I actually never thought about it that way. At first, I was like throwing shade. I don't know where that's coming from.
Is that wrong?
Yeah, that's real.
Silence. Ezra's looking at me like, what?
My phone was like this.
I'm like, what is that? I'm like, who's talking?
You wanna know why?
I was like, what's going
Because
on?
it ain't an iPhone. Go ahead.
I
Hold
told
on
you
a second.
Time out.
I told you.
Time out.
What you got?
I got
I
a
told
joy.
you.
Thank you.
Time out.
I got droids in here?
Yeah, we got droids in here.
Time
Yeah.
out.
I walked into the
This
beehive.
whole corner right
About to
here.
blow up.
My
I
phone
walked into
was
the
free.
beehive.
How much was yours?
Oh, you know what? You got me
said
there.
my phone was free.
You got me there. 'cause
Sprint was
they-
giving these out. I don't know what Apple was doing. I ain't trying no line to get this.
You right, bro. You can have that one. They took my life.
I got the X out for a G.
Yeah.
The audacity.
Yeah.
The audacity
Sign on the
to
X.
charge $1,000 for a cell phone.
That's insane.
Yeah, they got me, bro.
I
I
don't
ain't
think
gonna
so.
lie about that.
But yeah, KD and Kyrie did opposite things, which is funny, but it's all
You
good.
got a good point.
It's all good.
Now, would you be mad? Would you be mad if Kyrie joined a better team? Would you then put him on KD's level? Is it because he joined a team that's level, or would you be even more mad if he like hopped on a team that was like?
I wouldn't be mad because I don't think Kyrie's there yet. He's nice.
Oh, okay.
He's nice. Don't get me wrong.
Send him to the Knicks.
Uh-oh, Ro, get ready to fight
Come
me.
on to the Knicks.
I don't know. I think Kai is ready.
He's but
He's
bro,
ready, he's
Layup
ready for what he
king.
is. He's ready for
Layup
what he is.
king.
Kai is always
Bro.
just going to be a great scorer.
you remember LeBron didn't play for a few games last year, and he had the full squad, and they lost. I think they only won one game
That's
without
what I'm
LeBron.
saying. It depends on what you expect him to be. Like, to me,
That's why I say I don't think he's ready yet for that.
I think
I think he has to be LeBron though.
I don't think
He
he
just
needs
gotta
to
hit
be.
shots.
He don't have to be LeBron. I don't think he gonna be AI, even though it's arguable if he's better than AI skill wise. That's arguable.
That's a
arguable.
legend, bro.
No, you can't touch AI.
I just seen AI. I
He
just
is-
seen
that
Iverson 2
man
months
is
ago.
the answer.
No. What
I was about to say
AI
that.
got intangibles that he don't have. More heart, you know what I'm saying? A leader. But you talking about handles, Kai, shooting.
All right,
Kai.
Really?
Kai will break
Yes.
you. Kai will dance, but AI would have that purposeful crossover, boy.
Yes.
Like you was on the ground.
He'll make you cry crossover.
Yeah.
Like your ankles.
Whoa, whoa,
You
whoa,
leave
whoa.
your ankles.
If y'all want
Leave
to talk
him
about,
over
if you
here.
talking about leaving ankles, I got to give that to Kai.
Kai make you dance.
Kai be having you on skates, bro.
Yeah.
Like, dudes be looking like N1 mixtape.
Listen, but Kai didn't get a chance to cross Jordan, though. Just saying.
Yeah.
Just saying. The greatest of all
You can't
time.
tell me that wasn't
But he
epic.
would have put Jordan on skates too. Nobody can stay in front of Kai. But
Kobe stayed in front of
AI
Kai.
got
Jordan
so
can
many.
stay in front of
AI got so much heart, man. This dude, when he took that team to the finals, like Kai would never be able to do that. You know what I'm saying? So that's really the difference between them. But Kai, if you need him in the fourth quarter to get cold-blooded,
Oh, I'll give him that. I'll give him that.
That's him. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
He is a closer. That's why I don't understand why he was upset.
Cold-blooded.
Yeah.
Because your boy,
Nah, he wanted
LeBron,
Nah,
wanted to
but
take over games.
I think though.
LeBron did get all the praise
think
though after
Kai
Kyrie
feel-
hit the
He
shot.
did. He did. I'm not gonna lie. And I'm a LeBron fan.
See?
He got a lot of praise.
You think so?
LeBron. Oh yeah.
After
Nah,
I think he got a lot of praise, bro.
I think it depends on who you talk to. A lot of my friends was like, "Yo, if it wasn't for Kai, they wouldn't have won. If it wasn't for Kai, da da da."
No, I'm saying look at the media.
LeBron didn't show up in
No,
the
the
fourth.
media. Yeah, the media didn't
LeBron
give
has
Kai no
brought a
love at
ring
all.
to Kai.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think you're right. I think it was more like if you was chopping it up with your boys or whatever, barbershop talk.
That's LeBron City. Period.
Yes.
Period.
Yeah, he wanted to get out of that shadow, man. It's tough to be you under his shadow.
Definitely.
Like nobody gonna know who Iman Shumpert is. Nobody gonna.
Right.
People already forgetting who J.R. Smith is.
Inconsistent.
You know what I'm saying? Like all these role guys, nobody gonna really remember them.
That's his
man.
nickname.
As far as legacy wise,
He'll come
Yeah,
off and
man.
shoot like drop
if
30.
Kai could play defense, he could have been Pippen. He could have still had that status as being like one of the greatest. But when you're a one-way player and you trying to live under, a Bron,
Yeah, no.
Ain't gonna happen.
it ain't gonna happen.
All right, let's leave the sports now. Ro, are we gonna have another Row and Beat type project?
We started R&B too. We
Did
started
you?
R&B too.
We did.
Really?
We
Okay, I'm waiting for that.
What happened is we always wanted to drop it on Valentine's Day, and we
Right.
always missed it every year.
Oh,
It was like, yo, we still got more records to do, and it's like the
Yeah.
second week.
Not
Yeah.
enough tracks.
So
yeah.
I think we could try to pull it off this year. But it's always been like a Valentine's Day thing. So let's see. Let's be on the lookout.
Nice.
And also, Ro, besides Sean Terrell, is there any artists part of TNP at the moment?
Not right now. I'm still waiting on Brian to sign the dotted line.
Sign it.
I glow. What's
he
taking
got-
long, bro?
Sign it, bro.
He got-
I glow.
talk to his
You ain't gonna come on the
peoples.
show until you sign.
His people's got to talk to my people.
Join the rebellion.
We're gonna try to find a contract that work for both of us. You know
How
what I'm saying?
about you don't got anything in the works for Simone?
Yeah, actually, I do. Actually,
Yes.
but
'Cause I thought she
Simone.
was part of TNP at one point. Not yet.
No, I was.
Y'all was just working with her.
I was
You guys were just
managing.
working.
I was managing her for like a second,
Okay, got you.
and but she is such a she's such a like a wanted artist. Like I couldn't even keep up with her at one point. So I was like, man, do you?
Yeah.
Because she would be like over here, over here, over here, over here. I remember one time, man, believe it or not, I took her to Boston, and we actually got a chance to meet Neo.
Oh wow.
And the whole drive up there, me and her was like, we about to get signed. Like,
That's it.
It's a done deal. We made it.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Because she's such a, I mean,
Yeah,
her vocals
she's
are undeniable.
phenomenal.
But unbeknownst to us was when we got there, bro, there was some monsters.
Really?
He was meeting with other people, and everybody in there was phenomenal.
Yeah.
And I haven't got a chance to showcase for him as a producer, because what he was doing was he was launching a label, and that location was like the I guess where he was listening to producers and listening to artists. And
Wow.
even production wise, like the producers that came out there were like crazy. But she ended up. I gotta. I may be wrong, but I know she ended up touring with somebody out of that.
Yeah,
Oh, that's dope.
yeah, I think so too.
Yeah, she ended up touring as a background singer.
Yeah, that's dope.
nice.
We love you, Simone. We play your
That's
music
awesome.
here on New Villa Radio. We'll have you on soon.
Yes.
Y'all have any final questions?
No, I'm all questioned out.
Simone Anderson. She's Jamaican.
Yeah.
You know her,
I
bro.
her.
Come
Shout
on,
out, shout
man.
out. I remember her from
Come
church.
on, man.
I work with her sister.
Okay,
Alright,
okay.
yeah. I'm not. That's not.
Mike don't know nobody else.
I'm better with faces, man. I'm better with faces. I don't know people's names. I feel bad when people know my name and I don't know their name.
Nobody. Yo, I didn't even know this dude lived in my hometown. In my town until like last week.
No, it was longer than that. It was at that little convention on the green.
No. I'm just saying I didn't know you lived out there.
Oh,
All this, I've been out in North
I run the east side.
Before we leave, Sean, you know how to rap.
A little bit, I guess.
Little bit.
You know how to rap.
Nah, he sang.
What you dropping?
He sang.
What you giving
Happy
to me?
birthday, Nas.
Okay.
Happy birthday,
Happy
Nas.
birthday.
Happy birthday.
So
Let's
I'ma
go.
a little- You know that?
Oh, I know.
Go ahead.
I know exactly what he about to drop.
You know that? You
I
know
know
that?
exactly.
Call it out.
I know.
I'm trying to figure out what it is. Hey.
I knew exactly what he was gonna drop.
Sean, you going in, Sean? You going in?
All right. Turn it up a little bit in my headphones. Can you yeah. Yo. CT track. Major. Listen. Life starts and ends with three things: a person, God's reign, and the hurt that life brings. But speak gain freely, speak kingly. Egypt needs slaves, but Jesus breaks chains. And I speak things that seem so obscene, and he will replay these words through these legs. And one message makes you new. Gospel came to bang, aim, and squeeze and shoot change. We got a movement to push up. It's herb for your soul. On the low, it's about to cook up. Usually it takes seeing loved ones get took up before we ever look up or pick a good book up. But I'm no longer about that struggle and complain life. About that turning all that struggle into gain life. About that used to be clinically insane life. Till I met the king who could change your whole name like. See, righteousness is on and popping. Never stopping. Yo. Check it out, listen. Speak things that seem so obscene, and he will replay these words through these legs. And one message makes you new. Gospel came to bang, aim, and squeeze and shoot change. We got a movement to push up. It's herb for your soul. On the low, it's about to cook up. Usually it takes seeing loved ones get took up before you ever look up. Let's pick a good book up. I'm no longer about that struggle and complain life. I'm about that turning all that struggle into gain life. I'm about that used to be clinically insane life. Till I met the king who could change your whole name like. Listen, see, righteousness is on and popping. We don't deserve it, but we know your love is never stopping. Yo, I ain't rapped in 3 years, bro. I gave you an attempt.
That was fire.
Okay.
I gave you an attempt.
He don't just sing, y'all. He don't just sing.
I gave you
He got
an attempt.
bars.
He says.
KKK.
Y'all believe
man.
me, after my daughter has given me some nights of sleep, I will be able to give you some fire.
Nah, that was dope.
Absolutely.
We appreciate that, bro. That was fire, bro. Before y'all leave, man, give me the social medias, website, everything. I need everything.
SeanTerrell.com. Please go there. Get the album. It is on iTunes, Apple Music, Spotify, and I would greatly appreciate it. God bless.
Yeah.
Mr. Track.
Rise Apparel Store, rysapparelstore.com. Go up there, go get it. Pioneerbranding.com for all your branding needs. Trap Major Productions on Facebook if you're looking for a studio, if you're looking for engineering, if you're looking for everything under the sun regarding music production. Trap Major Productions on Facebook. Hit me up.
Sounds good. I like that, man. Y'all got any final words?
Thank y'all for coming.
Seriously.
I appreciate it, man. Yo, it was great having you guys, especially Sean.
Appreciate it, man.
Super dope. A lot of people, like I said, they kill me. I need some more Sean. I need some new Sean. Kill me, man. But
We be
you
back.
finally here. You blessed the station. That's what's up.
Yes.
Oh yeah, real quick though.
Yes.
The new single's out home.
Yes, that was
Go
New
listen
Villa
to it.
Song of the Week. They heard it.
It was dope.
Yes,
Dope,
yes.
dope,
When you guys
dope,
officially
dope.
dropping it? It's already dropped here, so.
This drop.
Okay.
I'm hitting the media outlets. So once I start hitting the media outlets, man, it's out.
So
Yeah.
Get some visuals.
what you're
up
saying
soon.
is the people heard it here first.
People heard it here first.
Okay,
man.
we always got the exclusive. We always got the
man.
exclusive. You already know, man.
Yeah.
You already know. All right, guys. We'll see you guys next week. Same time, same place. Make sure you tune into the Happy Hour show. Pamela Rosario, Rosemary Garcia, Rogen. Pam did say what's up. She misses you. I guess,
Oh man, Pam,
yeah.
what's up, man? I see her on the show. I see her on the
family?
Instagram.
Yeah.
I'm just like, oh snap, it's Pam.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
I can't get down here. I can't see
You
her.
an Eagles fan? You a Pan fan?
Oh, you on his bad side now.
Oh, you don't like Pam?
Nah, Pan my height.
What?
She aight.
They always beefing, man.
You know she rolled deep too. Don't let her catch you somewhere. With all her friends.
Listen.
She do got a lot of friends. Anyways, catch them Tuesdays, 7 o'clock, and then you can catch us next every Thursday,
I won't
8
say
p.m.
nothing slick.
You better not.
Hi, Pam.
Anyways, what? You said hi, Pam?
What?
Oh my gosh. We'll see you guys, man, next week, man. God bless.
Good night.
This is New